Diecast Norbs is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Welcome back to all my fantastic toy hooligans, and welcome to another episode of Diecast Norbs Galactic Hooligan. I am excited to be over here with you today because now I can see into the future because I got new specs. And I am super excited to bring these things over to you. These things are awesome. I actually saw them over at the eye doctors and everything. I actually kind of like said, hey, what says Norbs more than these things, you know? And I am glad that I actually picked them. Now I can actually see brightly into your souls. Today, I'm actually here to give you some pretty good content, you know? And in the way of giving you Stunticons, Breakdown and DEADEND, and these guys have actually been in my hands for a while. If you've actually seen my shorts already, you know how excited I am to have a full MENASOR in hand and everything, and I'm actually really excited to bring these guys over to you. If this is your first time coming over and seeing my channel, please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'd really appreciate it, as you're actually helping me defeat my algorithm monster and bring me out into the stratosphere of reviewers, maybe out through the endosphere, you know? But I'd really appreciate all of your help and everything. So far, I think I'm actually over at 628. I would love to get over to 1,000, as I'm actually trying to beat the 1,000 mark and catch up a lot more on my videos and everything like that. So let me become a blip on your screens. Let me be a blip in your lives and everything. And please hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification. I'd really appreciate you all. Also, did you actually see Snarl? Snarl is actually looking great. As soon as he actually hit Hasbro Pulse, I actually had to actually go out and like hit the buy button because, you know, he's Snarl and he's gonna complete all of these guys right over here. I cannot wait. Megatron looks like he's actually going to be booted out over here on top shelf and everything because almost all the Dinobots are actually complete. I cannot wait to get Snarl in hand so I can actually show him to you with glee. And I can't wait for Swoop 2 and everything. Please let him be blue. Hasbro, please let him be blue because that's all I ask and everything. Cartoon accurate Dinobots, and you know their studio series is actually doing its thing so far. So I can't wait to have him. I can't wait to show him to you. But now, let's get to these guys right over here. MENASOR, it's time to make this guy complete. Let's go. And here we are, seeing the whole entire team put together with no one being left out. This actually makes me so fucking happy. It's unbelievable, you know? Like right now, we actually have Wild Rider, the guy who was actually so elusive in the whole entire set in Combiner Wars. We actually have Dragstrip, Motormaster, DEADEND, and Breakdown finally. And look at these guys. These guys are so freaking cool. I don't know if you know exactly how ecstatic I am about having this whole line of Stunticons and everything, but let me tell you something. I am just floored that I actually have all of these guys put together and everything. So we already saw Wild Rider, we already saw DEADEND, and we saw Motormaster. It's kind of time for their other two cohorts to actually take the front row and everything like that. And this is actually going to be DEADEND and Breakdown respectively and everything. These guys are super cool. I really love them. Let's take a look at DEADEND first. Dead End is really dead sexy in his Porsche mode over here and everything, and I really love everything that's actually going on over here, except for one thing. Now, when I'm actually trying to close this little latch that's actually right over here, it seems like I swing the latch in, and that's actually supposed to combine from the inside and everything like that, where the latch actually scoops up and everything, but it will actually separate everything over here. So I can't really get it to close as effectively as I'd like it to and everything, but he's no less like just a really great figure altogether and everything. Guns a-blazing on the top and everything, and let me show you what his pistols actually are. They are really, really cool. Kind of like reminds me of like a harpoon-like gun and everything, but just very, very cool. I love the fact that he actually comes with 2 double blasters and everything. So they actually get right installed right up top here on the top of his trunk and everything. Just eloquent looking. I love this so much. I love the tire details and everything like that. He is just a Porsche, you know what I mean? And, me and like my sport mini compacts and everything like that, you could not have actually gotten a better mold than this guy to me and everything. He just looks fantastic. And Breakdown, he is actually looking pretty good too. Shame that we didn't actually get the Lamborghini mode that we actually wanted to have and everything like that, but in animation realms and everything, when he was actually badly drawn, he kind of looked like this, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like this was actually kind of like the type of thing that we would have actually seen in animation and everything like that. No spots over here on the top for his pistols or anything like that. Really, really nice though. I really like everything going over here. He has a single spoiler, and I've actually been seeing a lot of people on Facebook kind of like just separate the spoiler altogether, so he actually has 2 instead of like the melee weapon that he actually does have. One thing that he can actually do, he is actually traveling with all of his weapons, and you can actually store the last one right under here, where it actually kind of like gives you this little block right over here that you can actually store right underneath the chassis right here and everything, which is actually good storage. His pistol is actually really nice also. I just kind of wish that we actually had more of what we actually had with the other Stunticons with the dual wielding weapons and everything. You know, like, I know he's actually a part of the, is he? No, he's not even a part of the Evo Fusion or anything like that. So, like, I kind of wonder why they actually kind of like made him the oddball out and everything. I'm pretty sure it's actually just to give like one guy just like the melee ability and everything like that. But still, yet though, they're Stunticons. They should actually have blasters. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get on to checking other things out. But these guys are actually really great in comparison to each other. They look fantastic. And I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of Breakdown over here with Wild Rider. And really not a whole lot of difference between them or anything like that, except for paint schemes, which actually makes them stand out really well and everything. The addition of the spoiler actually makes Breakdown stand out a lot more. But I still kind of wish that we actually got like the Lamborghini and everything. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a toy hacks that'll actually make him the Lamborghini and everything like that, like the anime style Lamborghini and everything that we actually had back from the 80s and everything like that. But still yet though, I kind of wish that there was a lot more that was actually separating them two and everything. Maybe air vents, like swooping air vents going on the side and everything, which this guy kind of actually has and everything almost. You know, if we actually take a good look over here, he actually kind of like has like some of the things that should actually make a good Lamborghini and everything like that. I think with this, they were actually really trying to combine both Ferrari and Lamborghini together. So, I don't know. It's actually kind of like a mixed bag, but I still like him though. I still like him a lot. And there we go, and here goes Dead End with Drag Strip right over here. And these two are actually going to be arms, of course, you know, so I just wanted to give you a comparison between the both of them. They don't share each other's engineering whatsoever. The one thing that they actually do share is the way they actually combine onto MENASOR's arms and everything. So I think that's actually super brilliant and just like really great engineering when it actually comes down to what the actual purpose of these guys are actually supposed to be. So I love these guys so much. Let's take us into transformation realms. Henshin! Let's start off with Breakdown right over here. So first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm actually just going to finagle this windshield up just a little bit to give us a little bit of clearance right over here. So let's get this going and just let's get the windshield up and out of the way. And right over here you can actually remove the pistol and you can actually get his arms right over here and just have them move out. That will actually make room for his legs to do their transformation dealy. So there we go. And then we're actually going to release it right from the back over here. And we're just going to swoop these legs up and over. There we go. Also, let's just take out the spoiler for now so we can actually have that going and bring this all the way up over here. Separate them. Bring the shins right down here and over here. The feet will plop down like that, and then just rotate the waist. Bring out his arms. There we go. Bring this down. Then we're actually going to do this. We're going to bring down his chest compartment. Rotate his head and bring it down also, and then bring this all the way back up. And this you actually have a wide variety of things that you can actually do with this. You can actually kind of like do what was actually intended for it and everything and split it apart. Let's just get this over here and over here, and you can actually split it apart right over here and then bring this whole entire compartment down. And there we go. With this, it looks like he actually might have some jet abilities. Or if you actually really wanted to, you could actually just like kind of like bring this back up and kind of repurpose this as like a whole hood. There we go. And just get these all in here, like past the like all the notches and everything like that that are actually in here. And then just bring this hood all the way down like this. And a lot of people actually prefer it that way. I'm actually neither here nor there with either one, but just for intensive purposes and everything like that, there we go. And then just bring this over here, and there we are. And now we have Breakdown in robot mode. There we go. And there we are. And now we have Breakdown in robot mode. And just give him his pistol, and he's actually pretty complete. Now you could actually use this pistol as either a pistol or a melee weapon, and you can actually bring this like so. You could actually bring in his spoiler like this, and there we go. And now you actually have him with like some kind of machete weapon and everything like that. Is it eloquent? No. But is it cool? Nah, I don't know. It's actually kind of like here. I'm not really here nor there or anything like that with it. It's actually kind of okay and everything. I kind of like the fact that it actually kind of like reminds me of a machete or a cleaver or something. But there we go. We'll actually talk about more about this guy in a minute. Let us get into Transformation of Dead End. And the Transformation of Dead End goes a little something like this. Let's just take off the blasters right over here that are actually still really cool and everything, and just let's bring these down right over here. We're actually going to start off by moving this up and above. There we go, and there we go. And that's actually kind of like proper seating right over there. Let us there we go. Let us open this thing up right over here. You can actually do that by taking the wheels and opening these right over here, so you can actually start maneuvering the back of his legs out of here and then all the way up. And with this, you actually just want to peg them right over here, and then oh yeah, that's right, you don't even rotate his legs. Got leg rotations on the mind. There we go. And didn't break anything. There we are. And let us just move this whole entire compartment right over here. And this is actually brilliant engineering right over here. You just want to move this all the way out. Then we just want to open all of this up, we actually want to take out his head that's actually located in this compartment right in here. So let's swing this out. Kind of tough on my copy. There we go. And now we'll just finish that off by doing this and this, and then we'll rotate his wheels right on his shoulders right over here. And the one thing that actually does kind of like remind me of drag strip is just rotating the doors right over here on his arms, and there we go. And now we just give him his pistols. There. And he is ready for action. Together they encompass all of Megatron's wildest dreams come true. A team of sports cars that could battle the Autobots on their own turf. A band of indestructible, godless robots that could actually destroy the world and beyond. The worst boy band you can ever see. It's the Stunticons, and they look fucking fantastic. Oh my god, I'm actually going to say this once again. I am super pleased with everything that's actually going on over here, and a lot of people have actually asked me about upgrades. I don't know if this set actually needs it, because they are just, in my mind's eye, they're actually kind of perfect the way they are right now. And I've actually seen like some of the upgrade kits and everything like that, and I'm still fathoming whether or not I should actually try upgrading and everything like that, because there's a lot of stuff that it actually does to the MENASOR super robot itself and everything that actually makes it kind of like worthwhile. But let's talk about these two. There goes Breakdown in all of his melee glory, and DEADEND, the nihilist that we all never knew that we needed, but then we found out that we did. They are actually really both amazing bots on their own and everything. Let's talk about them both in depth. Everything about this guy actually says that he is actually rooted in a deep darkness within his soul and everything, you know? So much that he's actually kind of this lost feeling for everything. This guy is just so awesome. You can actually tell just by looking at his face right over here. Let's take a deep look at this guy. Just really sculpted super well and everything. I am loving everything this guy is actually packing. I love the fact that you actually have like a solid Porsche, like a solid Porsche hood right over here on his back. I wouldn't really change that whatsoever or anything like that. I think that this guy actually looks glorious just the way he actually is. Decepticon symbol prominently right on his chest and everything. The painted detail over here is actually just really cool. I have a little bit of flash right over here that I can't really get off or anything like that, but I don't really worry about that as much or anything, as the rest of the bot actually really came up pretty nice. Yeah, the elephant in the room is actually going to be his feet, and how small and kind of dainty it actually is and everything like that, truthfully. But like aside from that, he's actually really good. Everything about this guy is just super fantastic. Let's just take a look at his articulation really quickly. His articulation, he actually has 360 turn right over here, no up and down whatsoever or anything. He actually has a rotation right over here on his shoulder. He actually has a hinge right over here that lets him go out that far. Bicep rotation, a bend right over at his elbow. No elbow turn, no fist turn or anything like that. He actually has a waist rotation right over here. You can actually bring his legs up, back, and forth just like that. He's actually very inhibited by the junk on the back of his legs and everything. He can actually go all the way, there we go, all the way out and everything like that, because you know he loves his kung fu and everything. You can actually tilt his leg. You can actually tilt his feet, some flexion right over here. So it's actually really nice overall and everything. I really like this guy so much. And then Breakdown, whose weapon really isn't the worst or anything like that. He actually does have this thing right over here. It's a spoiler that they actually use, that they say it is actually a melee weapon and everything. Imagination is a thing, so you can actually use it as that. And he also has one pistol. I kind of wish he actually came with two, because for the price point, I think that two could have actually been like a substantial thing for this guy and everything. I don't know exactly why they didn't like split this apart or anything like that, but as a melee weapon and everything, it's not so bad like that. I thought I was actually going to hate it a lot more than I actually do, but I could actually easily see this being like some kind of like really kind of like stylish cutlass and everything like that, and that's actually very cool to me and everything. But I still think that he should actually have two melee weapons and everything, and the fact that this is actually all painted black and everything doesn't really leave me like with a whole lot of confidence that putting this in his fist and out and everything like that all the time like this won't warp any of the paint or anything. So like I think that that could have actually been, I don't know, like I just keep on thinking to myself that a little bit more time or a little bit more effort would have actually been great and everything. I love it, I do, but I really think that he should have actually had like another weapon. Aside from that, this guy is actually great. Look at this guy's face over here. Totally what we're actually looking for and everything. I love it. Only thing is, car mode doesn't really compare to everything that he actually should be or anything like that. He should be a Lambro, you know, but aside from that, he's actually all right. He actually has a rotation right over here on his head. You can actually look up just slightly and down slightly. It's not really the best or anything like that. You could actually use some of his transformation joint right over here to do some of that manipulation and everything. You actually have an outward turn right over here at his shoulder and everything. You can actually bring it up and down right on that hinge. You can actually bring it way up right over here. It's actually kind of semi-inhibited by his hood and everything. You actually have biceps rotation right over here, a bend right over by his elbow, no wrist articulation. You actually have a turn right over here on his waist. You can actually kick way up like this, way back like this, but it does get hindered by his backpack. You can actually bring him out for extreme kung fu stunts. You actually have thigh rotation right over here. You can actually bring his knee up to 90 degrees, and you actually have a lot of dorsi right over here, and you actually have an ankle tilt right over here. So that's really not bad or anything like that. Plus, I really think he really fits the bill of Breakdown. You know, I think that he actually really looks the part and everything like that. And let's give you a little bit of a comparison between he and with Wild Rider here. Let me show you these two guys right over here next to each other, and they really do look like different bots and everything, even though they actually have the same body styling and everything like that. It's nice to be able to see like the vast difference that these two guys actually do have with each other. Really, really nice. And even though these two guys actually don't share a whole lot engineering style wise and anything like that, they actually might share like a little bit in the way of the arm transformation and everything like that, but not much else otherwise and everything like that. Just really great bots on their own. They are super cool and they just look great together. And in relation to their team leader, Motormaster, they just look freaking brilliant together and everything. I love this set so much. Did I tell you how much I was actually geeking out over this set? I am fucking geeking out over this set. My god, they just look great. They just look super great. And now, let's henshin them into super robot mode. Henshin! Now, let's finish putting the son of a bitch together. The final product of MENASOR is actually outstanding. I really love this guy so much. Already, I think that he is actually almost a perfect combiner. And he actually just really shows everything here. The brilliance of this design is actually superb. I love it. Like everything that's actually going on in here. Now, I actually did have to replace my Decepticon symbol and everything because there was a huge scratch that was actually in on the original piece and everything. I replaced it with a repro label, and it looks kind of cooler to me and everything like that. Although I don't have like a lot of the silver bits going like right over here and over here on the head crest and everything, but everything about this actually kind of like looks a lot cooler to me. I might think about getting this more of a 3D design, or maybe just replace this symbol altogether and everything like that, but I still like it a lot, you know? That face of MENASOR is actually superb, and where we actually wound up putting Dead End is actually right over here on the left arm, and Breakdown actually completes his transformation right over here on the left leg and everything. So he is 100,000% complete. I really love this. There are a lot of people who will actually say that they don't really like him like this or anything like that, and they'd rather have like the carb bits being on the front and everything. But I really love this as the design that it was actually meant to be. A lot of people actually also thought that the legs were actually a little bit short and everything like that. I don't have a real issue with it or anything like that, and I'm actually thinking still about going off and getting the DNA design upgrades and everything, because like that is actually one thing that a lot of people were actually kind of like pointing me in the direction of it. But I really love this design. Oh, he is superb already. I don't really think that I actually need to like actually do any other upgrades. From his back even, he actually looks really extraordinary. They filled out a lot over here, and I did place all the guns on the actual Stunticons themselves and everything like that to give MENASOR a little bit more firepower. I actually found out that I can even like use the other gun that was actually right over here, right on the back of Breakdown right over here also and everything like that, and that's actually okay. It's a good way of like hiding the gun and keeping him with the whole entire Breakdown set. I had to bring my camera out a bit and everything just to show you a little bit more about this guy. The articulation goes where he actually has a 360 right on his head. He can actually go all around on his rotational joint right over here. He actually goes out quite a bit also. There's a lot of fixing that I actually have to do on my other arm right over here, because the ratchets really aren't as strong as I'd actually like them to be over here. I'm pretty sure that just like on Sludge, I can probably open up a couple of things in the arms and everything like that and fix a couple of the ratchet joints and everything to make them a lot tighter and everything. But also, it's really not as bad as I'm actually making it seem and everything, but I really do want this to be as tight as actually possible and everything. All his ratchets are actually super tight, and I really like that a lot. He actually has a bend right over here that goes 90 degrees right on his arm. He actually has a rotational joint right over here on his bicep. That's actually really great. He actually has wrist rotation right over here on ratchets. That's actually really nice, and you can actually hear those nice clicky ratchets right over there, which is really brilliant. His legs are super strong and everything. Like, I love the fact that they actually did that. He can actually bring that all the way over there. He actually has soft ratchets going to the outside. I don't know why the soft ratchets were actually implemented going towards the outside and everything. He actually can do kung fu, but at the same time, the ratchets over here, I think a little bit. Yeah, this one's actually a lot better than the one on the left-hand side and everything. So I'm not necessarily sure if I can actually open up everything over here to fix the same things, because from what I'm actually understanding on this side, I think it might be a little different and everything like that. So I might leave that as is and everything. But the one thing that I actually do have an issue with, let's see, he actually has a bend right over here that's actually 90 degrees right over here. That's actually really nice. The one thing I actually did find was that I kind of found that these are actually like a little bit too unstable and everything like that when it comes down to the full MENASOR, because I feel as though they actually kind of like break apart a little bit too easily and everything. But aside from that, I think they're actually okay, but I just kind of wish they were a little bit stiffer. I don't have an answer for that yet or anything like that. I might go into this with like some floor polish or some kikis or something like that to fix it. You guys usually know that I'm actually going to go for kikis straight off the bat and everything, just to see if I could actually get it to be a little bit more stiff and everything. But aside from that, he actually has a rotation right over here on the thighs, and he actually has ankle tilt on really heavy ratchets and everything also. So that's actually really cool. Everything about this guy is actually really cool, and mostly for the most part, I'd actually have to say 99% super sturdy on everything. I actually wound up loving this so much and everything. And even before DNA Designs actually came out with their blaster kit and everything like that, I actually always thought that this piece right over here, you could actually install this right into his arm to give him like a little bit more leverage and everything. And you actually have already a blaster kit without all the odds and ends that DNA Designs actually DNA Designs actually used it to clean up the design and everything. I think I like this only because it actually kind of like makes me feel as though he's actually kind of like got more of an industrial look to it and everything like that. Is it the most eloquent blaster? No. But could he actually do some real damage with this? Oh, hell yeah. Like, this guy is actually just really great. You can probably imagine a rocket post right, or a rocket pod right over here or something like that. He is actually delivering death through lasers and everything like that. So, like, do whatever you want and everything like that. Of course, it's always your figure, and at the end of the day, if you actually decide to go off and go get the DNA design kit and everything like that, or keep him like this, you won. You keep your figure the way you actually want to, and that's actually great. And I think that, if you actually have choices, that's actually just what makes a life that much more amazing. Sorry about this, everybody. I forgot about the waist rotation right over here, and I just wanted to make sure to include that into the articulation. Size comparison time. We actually have MENASOR with Superion with Perfect Effect parts, or at least my KO Perfect Effect parts. Also, I'm actually really wondering what's actually going to happen with Superion here and everything. I really cannot wait to see if they're actually going to be able to like make something that kind of like has the same sturdiness that MENASOR actually has in Superion. That's one thing that I actually thought about Superion is that I just really thought he was actually super flimsy and everything like that in certain cases. He's great. He's cool. I like what they actually did with him. Also, I was never able to get the real fifth member of the aerial bots and everything, Slingshot, and I've always kind of like felt off and horrible about it and everything like that. Cried myself to sleep a couple of times and everything like that because of it and everything. It's starting to get to me again, but let me tell you something. Not here, not now. Let me tell you something. This complete set right over here makes MENASOR that much more worth it to me and everything. Hasbro, Takara, if you actually do decide to make this guy just go like flourish out there and everything like that, please do not skip our parts, and also like just don't make them into a super pack or anything like that. I'd like to be able to get each and every one of them like I actually got like with MENASOR here. I was able to take my time in collecting each and every one of the figures and everything like that. I'm super happy what you've actually given us so far and everything like that. I love this. Here goes MENASOR compared to Jetfire here, and Jetfire is relatively almost about the same height and stature of MENASOR and everything, which is actually kind of interesting and everything like that. I've never thought of Jetfire as being like a super robot size and everything like that, but it's actually really cool to see this together and everything. I really love this. Nothing compares to Jetfire in my mind's eye and everything, and I love the fact that he's actually super robot size. This is for you, Uncle Nerd. I actually know that you wanted to see exactly how tall MENASOR actually was and everything. I don't have my ruler with me or anything like that, but who doesn't have or who doesn't know of a Masterpiece 10 Prime? And this is actually exactly how tall MENASOR is compared to a Masterpiece. So you can actually see he actually does kind of like go past the Masterpiece sizing and everything. So as far as a good combiner, I really think that this is actually just like one of those things that you could actually keep on your radar and everything. He is awesome. Of this battle, it looks like the Autobots actually have their work cut out for them. This actually looks great. This MENASOR set actually makes this whole entire thing actually work out. It's so amazing. Final thoughts coming up. The whole entire super robot that is MENASOR is actually super worth it. I am actually really happy that I finally got DEADEND and Breakdown as their own robots and everything. They are all amazing. They rock so hard and everything, you know, and like just being able to like have that amount of maneuverability and that amount of style and that amount of G1. And this whole entire set is actually amazing to me and everything. And I'm actually surprised that I actually have this guy in hand. He far exceeds my expectations, even further than the Combiner War set and everything. And I really love this. Short sword aside and everything. And I know I didn't mention anything about that because that's the elephant in the room when it actually comes down to this whole set. But love this guy so much. He's solid. He actually carries a lot of heft and everything. He's actually really just like a great super robot and everything, and I love him so much. If you can actually, if you're looking for them, find them and everything, because you will not be sorry that you actually picked these guys up whatsoever or anything like that. DEADEND, just a super great robot. And everything aside from Breakdown over here with not being a Lamborghini or anything like that, he actually carries off everything that he's actually supposed to in his own robot mode and everything, and in his own auto mode and everything. So like, I really think that this set is actually something to look forward to. And if you don't have them, you should actually really think twice about that. You know, like, these guys are actually super fantastic. Lots of fun to handle, lots of fun to play around with and everything like that, because the Transformers are actually just giant 3D puzzles thing, and I love the fact that we actually have this guy in our collection now and everything. This guy is actually super fantastic, super fun. And that is it for me for today, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me once again for my trip through nerddom. I couldn't ask for a better audience than you guys, and you guys are actually like always awesome with me and everything, always awesome to me. You know, of all the audience members that I could actually have, I think that I'm actually super charmed by the fact that I actually have like just a stellar audience like you guys and everything like that. You guys keep on encouraging me to like actually keep on pushing myself to do this and everything like that. You actually kind of like really just are just great people and everything all together and everything. I couldn't have actually done it without you guys. Mental health check. Make sure you guys are actually treating yourselves as wonderfully as you actually have me and everything like that. Again, I'm super charmed with you, with all of you out there and everything, you know, but make sure you treat yourselves out there with kindness. It is just wonderful every day that you're actually all in my life and everything like that. Thank you for that. Also, make sure you treat everybody else out there with kindness, respect, love, understanding, trust, and make sure that each and every day for them is actually great as well. Also, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I will definitely talk to you all soon.